Alright, my name is Mason Yamada. My PDGA number is 66851. I'm from Kenai, Alaska, and this is kind of what I throw in my bag, I guess you could say. We just recently switched all Discraft here about 2 months ago, and I've had a lot of good results, so I guess we'll go straight into our distance drivers first. So I throw 2 molds. I got forces and I got calm. So I'll start with my most overstable one. I got an old TI, the Nate Doss version. This is just super meat hook. I can trust it. That's never gonna go right. It's always gonna finish left for sure. And then I got the new Paul Macbeth Tour Series force. This is just my in-between. It's gonna flip up, but it's not gonna turn over at all, and it's still gonna dump left after the end. And then I got the bottom stamp Tour Series Austin Hannum ESP Swirl Force. This thing is sweet. This thing is nice because I can throw it right out of the bags. I can hyzer flip it over and it'll go really long ways. And then my Kong. The Kong is just something I'm gonna pull out. If I can throw it far and have nothing to worry about, I'm gonna grab the Kong. And then we'll go into my, I don't know, these are like, well, I guess right now I got a utility disc for here for sure. I got a ZFLX Machete. This thing is just ridiculous. It's absolutely super beefy. So this is just gonna be when I gotta throw straight up and straight down, or some kind of a Scooby shot where I gotta go over and around. This is definitely gonna come out. And then I got my in between the fairways and the distance drivers. This is probably one of my favorite discs as of right now. This is the ESP Vulture, the bottom stamp Tour Series for Austin Turner. This thing is, I love this disc a lot. This one's gonna be one of my go-tos for sure. And then I got it's kind of special disc. I got a Tour Series for the Brady Austin fundraiser, and yeah, this one's just the ESP one. I'm breaking it into my bag a little bit right now, but it's gonna work really well. And then I got a Raptor. I just put this in my bag here a couple days ago, and it's instantly becoming one of my favorite overstable fairways for sure. And then my real fairways here. This is one of my favorite discs of all time for Discraft, because the main reason I switched over to Discraft is because of my fairways. I just couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get nothing to fly the way I wanted it to. It was either too overstable or too understable. And this Undertaker gives me the chance to throw stuff a little bit softer, flip it up flat, and go really, really far. And so I got the Z Undertaker, which is a little bit more overstable, where the TI, I can throw it, flip it up, and it'll ride right and go far too. And then lastly, for my mids, I got a couple different molds right now. I got 4 of them right now. So I throw the drone, just overstable, trusty in the wind. I can do just about anything with this thing as long as it's within about 250 feet. And then I got a little old disc. I got a Discraft Nebula limited edition. It's pretty this thing is sweet because since I don't like throwing a bead, I can throw this and it still feels comfortable in the hand. It's still overstable, but it's got that buzz feel that I really, really like. And then this is a new disc as well. I don't know, it's an old disc. I've had this in my collection for probably, say, 4 years. And so it's a wasp, a Z wasp, but it's a super gummy wasp. And this thing it's weird though. It'll just go dead straight. It's not gonna fade left or nothing. It's just gonna go straight. And it's not overstable, but I like it because it's a little bit more than buzz, a little bit less than Nebula. And then finally my last 2 mids, I got 2 Paul Macbeth buzzes. This one I've thrown for probably about 8 months now, so it's nice and flippy, and I can trust that it's going to turn over. Where this one's going to throw just dead straight all the time. And that's it for my mids. We'll go into some throwing putters. I like to throw the GT Banger. This thing is, I love this thing. This thing is sweet. I started out with the soft one, the X line soft. And it's nice for to flip up turnovers, but I can never get nothing to go straight. So then I switched and got a Jawbreaker GT Banger, and this thing is money, and it just likes to flip up and go straight. These things are just point and shoot, and then I finally pulled the trigger and got the Glow ESP Banger GT. And this thing is overstable, which is perfect. So now I got all the 3 different shots for my putters, and I love to throw putters. I love to throw putters far. And then my approach putters, got a Readout Rumble tournament stamped, ran by Brady Maulston here. He was kind enough to hook it up with one of these, and this thing's becoming my favorite all-time flick approach disc. It's just gonna hit and stick right near the basket every time. It's never gonna roll away just because of that soft jaw barrier plastic. And then I got another tournament stamp disc. This is a state championship fundraiser, also ran by Brady Maulston. This thing is just super beefy. I can throw this into any headwind. It's gonna be perfect. No matter what I backhand it, forehand it, I know that I'm gonna trust it left or right, whether for which way I'm gonna throw it. And then lastly, my putters. I putt with Paul Macbeth Lunas. I mean, these things, like I said, I don't like the beads, so these things fit comfortable in the hand. They're stiff, but they still got grip that I can hold it. I don't really like too hard of a plastic because it's too slick, so these need best of both worlds right here. So I just got 2 matching putters, both the same. And then I forgot one disc. I got a Z Predator. It's an old beat up Predator. This is with the Wasp. I got it with the package deal. I've had this for about 4 or 5 years. So yeah, that's what I got in my bag, and thanks for watching.